We got to do it. We got to come together. Somehow, some way, we got to come together. More than just writing text messages to each other, more than just writing emails or doing junk on Instagram. We just got to do it. We got to reach beyond TikTok. Collaborate. Your creativity, my creativity. We got to come together. We got to figure out ways to inspire, to influence, to affect all creative people, because we are the first generation post COVID-19. Oh, the roaring 20s are coming. We ain't going to get to the roaring 20s if we're sitting on our butts expecting a check to show up in the mail. We got to get going. We got to move. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. What you don't see. Or maybe I should change that to what we don't see. There's a book out there. It's called The Invisible Gorilla. I really, really wish you would pick it up and just read a few chapters, get into it deeply, and understand that what we don't see, I guess, is completely natural. But we've got to see a lot of things so that we can change things to help correct what is really wrong. What we don't see. How far have we truly traveled in a generation that can't seem to get beyond judgment, racism, abortion, government support, and gun violence? Oh, let me say that again. How far have we truly traveled in a generation that can't seem to get beyond judgment, racism, abortion, government support, and gun violence? An iPod that I purchased in the early 2000s sits in front of me right now. Music today is light years away from this frickin' iPod. The banking industry is nearly the same, but not the indifferences that have been carried into every generation. Points of view, personal directions, fire starters, headline makers that literally demand a solution. Now go ahead. Toss in cancel culture. And those who might have had a voice have stepped away or to the side. Not in defeat. I believe they've gone into retreat so that they can replenish their presence. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I love it, man. Stream thinking, freeform writing. Writing about what is happening in the presence of this place called now. What's in your now? How are you handling it? Are you taking notes? Are you learning from it? Are you leading people to greater days? That's your job. That's what you were born to do. No. You can't just sit around. You can't. You're supposed to be inspiring, influencing, changing people's lives. That's your calling. Somewhere along the line, someone says, I'll be the receiver today. Take. Come on now. This is The Daily Mess. A lot of things move through me at speeds of light, and it does you as well because I watch you. I'm a people watcher. I am a silent wolf. I study the habits of every person that I come in contact with, or those that could be 100 feet from me. I'm watching you because that's my job. That's my calling. I'm studying your habits. Creative people are spotters, feelers, and identifiers. And most creative minds pay the price. We don't have the luxury to just set things aside. We mull over it. We worry, we fear, we step forward in a world that feels great pleasure in moving backwards. Yep. By way of meditation, I am able to replenish the mind, body, and soul, to hear, to visit, to belong to redesign, to believe in, and or find faith in absolute 100% nothingness. Because in the end, it's the only string that moves the hands and the emotions of the puppet. A lot of things move through each and every one of us at the speed of light. Why then can't we locate the switch that controls the number of shadows that keep following us in an everyday purpose? We truly don't want it all. No, we don't. We just don't want to fall. Go ahead, look around you. What's that forest floor around you look like? How thick are the thorns that are going to be shoved into your body when you fall? You see, that's the reason why we want it all, because we don't want to find ourselves down there. And the only thing you can do is locate protection. Where's your protection coming from? Your word? Somebody else's word? Overconfidence? The guidance by way of these books of inspiration and motivation? Where are you learning how to become strong in a world that I can't figure out how it became strong during a global pandemic? How has it not affected the financial world? How? Well, it's got to affect the financial world because people aren't going back to work. Oh, wait a second. They made those rules where you don't have to pay your rent. I get it. But when that landlord knocks on your door, when those rules finally are changed, where's the money going to come from? Oh, wait a second. That's what he meant by the forest floor and the thorns that are down there. How thick are the thorns that are going to be just driven into your mind, body, and soul? Because all of a sudden, everybody, what you owe them, they want. How are you going to pay for it? A lot of things move through each and every one of us at speeds we can't identify. Creative people are spotters, feelers, and identifiers. And most creative minds pay the price. Do you know how many friends that a creative mind loses? Because people don't want to spot with you. They don't want to feel with you. They don't want to identify with you. Because they see the thorns on the forest floor. And they believe that the only way around those thorns is to do it their way. Okay. I get that. And when one of those thorns ends up inside of your body, what happens? You go to the creative people. You go to the preacher. You go to the doctor. You go to those that can rebuild your house. You go to those that can, put new seeds in the ground for your lawn so that you can buy your happiness. When in fact, all along, you've always had the strength to keep it true. But it's just easier to not to. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.